okay, black means pale according to the English dictionary. Black doesn't even mean black like the color black I'm wearing. It means white. I've heard people make this argument. We shouldn't be called, black. The original name means white, so we're not really black. They're the black ones. I didn't know that. To be fair, yeah, it's Old English. It's a different spelling. It's like BLAC. All right, means pale, and it's not negative. And then there is a BLAE, a funny AEC, which is also pronounced black.
When was BLAC used in history?
This is Old English. This is like 1400s. Before is like 1400s, 30s. This is Old English. So it's true. The interesting thing about that time period when they was using black didn't have negative connotations. So the version of this spelling, so the BLAC meant white, but it was pronounced black, meant pale. It meant like bright, burning, pale, blinding white. And then BLAEC meant black, right? But that black wasn't evil. It wasn't a negative thing at that time. It's just the description of blackness. Black. Just a descriptive term. Right? And so that just proves, even in Old English, it wasn't always that way. Another thing, other people have a name, we have a color, right? Now this is fair, I get it. Chinese are Chinese, Indian are Indian. Even white people have Europeans, but they're the ones that made the social construct, so why would they complain about it? We have black, right? This is a fact, and many have names, linked to the thing, but I would argue we are divided by our nationalities that are not our nationalities, right? So if we do what everybody else does and we claim our nationality, I want to claim Ugandan, you want to claim Jamaican. Where are you from?
Barbados.
You want to claim Bajan.
I actually always say that I'm African, to be fair.
No.
I claim maroon before
I claim you all as African.
Jamaican as well, but even... Yeah, and it's interesting.
I claim you all as African.
Yeah. But even I
know people from the Caribbean that are offended by me doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Right? There is that divide,
Happens all the time. Yeah. I know Ugandans that are offended by me telling them to claim Ugandan. They want to claim my tribe in particular, Acholi. They're offended by the concept of being Ugandan.
Oh.
And how mad is that? Because Ugandan, we didn't make these borders. The problem with this whole logic is it leads to a kind of division that it isn't really self-imposed. And self-evident in the diaspora wars. We all know about this. Back and forth, the West Indians and the Africans have had. The Americans versus Africans and West Indians.
Yeah.
The Nigerians versus the Ghanaians.
Yeah.
We attach to these titles, it just leads to an opportunity to act like we're not the same.
Yeah.
Right? Which is very problematic. Especially against all these places that I just we didn't name that. We didn't create that. A foreign force, literally the enemy, right, for lack of a better term, create those borders and these national titles that we want to cling to so badly, right, that create division within us.
Yeah.
Right? So that's just a factual reality. It's got nothing to do with my Pan-African way of thinking about things. That's just the truth. Right? So I don't like that argument. We are not like Chinese people. Wherever a Chinaman can go, he can claim Chinese because he's always going to identify with every other Chinese person on the planet because they are all just Chinese people, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, again, a Jamaican and a Ugandan, if they really cling to that, they're going to see a division that doesn't actually exist.
But then they can
say
enforced.
There was tribes.
We could go there, but right now,
within that, we're cultural. We
could go there. But you see the thing about tribes.
Yeah.
One thing people don't understand about tribes is that you can join any tribe.
Okay.
If you're willing. It's just a culture, and we're the true multicultural people. You can literally just join. You just have to go through the initiation.
That's right. Yeah.
You can go to the top of the tribe. There was no you're not genetically. You're not. There ain't none. You can't. It's not a race thing. Yeah. It's literally a culture. It's like if I want to join a football club, I just got to prove to the club that I want to be for that team, and I can play and I can join.
You mentioned Chinese. I think is important because I think we do have colour differentiation. So we've got the yellow man and we've got the brown man. So the Asian will be called. But then Japanese and Chinese, they've got their own issues.
Yeah, you cannot call them the same. Never.
We might call them both yellow or call them both South Asian. But I think
that's not the same. They don't call themselves yellow.
They don't call themselves yellow.
That's not a title. That's not an accepted title. You will not find no form with yellow man. That is just something people say generically, and it is not a term they accept in any way. It is just something that has been fitted into this racial hierarchy system. this racial construct
It's
for the sake of color coding other people, but it doesn't exist. You can talk about Indian being a brown man; it's the same. No form is going to say brown. No one is identified as brown. We do that to make everybody else more like us.
No, but even then the power structures will put us will use those categories for us that they won't use. So that you're right, the color code won't be used in any other sense away from colloquially in social terms.
And
but actually for census purposes, for job application purposes, you will still see black in black
because we are different.
African Caribbean.
This is my point. We are different. This is my point. We are different. We have a different reality. An Indian man has no need to say I'm brown. It doesn't benefit him anyway. We needed a unifying term. This is where white comes from as well. Don't get it twisted. This is where black comes from. White people was forever warring, right? I want to get to that later, but they only took the term white when it became apparent that to unify them in their new racially based slave system.
It's a political status.
It's a political status, exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's a social construct. They used that to help them unify themselves in a particular way because they weren't unified before. But they have to understand that we want to unify in a particular way to keep these racial boundaries because we are subjugating a particular group of people. So let's call ourselves white so we can all say, we can establish who the group is. Right? And I'm saying, I'm going to get to that later as well, that we did that first. They actually learned that skill from us. Wow. We did that first. We understood that to unify us as a group, every time we've ever had to fight off the invaders, we recognized that we needed to identify under something that unified us all because we were different culturally, we were different geographically, but it was all the same in one way.
The difference between like tribes, clans, and empires or nations.
But we was all the same in one way.
At some point, you unify under a nation name. You might be many different tribes, many different tongues, but you unify under one specific name to fight an enemy or to be separated from, even perception-wise, from another
within
people.
Your own. The women fought against the men at one time on stage, didn't they? So even amongst your own.
But it's also the power of the name. So
it's the power of the name.
Continue, but we always our names, as well as how we identify, is also kind of signifies who we are.
100%. Because we use names to identify, right? So if you feel like you need to identify with a particular group, like a football team, you're going to create a name that everybody can come under. And I'm saying that is the technology of racial names. That was what we did. We did it first. We did it back in the day. I was going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Right.